Hello again, the Duck, 571, right here.
Now I want to talk to you about the Native Americans. Who were these people? Where did they come from? How'd they survive? Well, first off, we really don't know where they came from. All we know is that these Native Americans used to own a piece of land, and that made history. That land today is called North America. The Native Americans lived here. This was their land. Where I'm standing today, there's probably Native Americans standing here. They walked high and low all over the land of the USA, which used to be North America. Now, I have some articles to talk to you about. First article, a teepee. These things were fantastic. These things were amazing. They were made out of deer hide and cow hide and poles. And the deer hide was wrapped around the poles. And they would put a fire inside and the smoke would come out the top. That was their sense of shelter. Or they'd make a longhouse. And it was out of logs, and it was this long home, and it was like a half of a can. And it was made out of bark, deer hides, elk skins, antlers, anything that they could find out in the woods, it was made out of. Another little thing I want to talk about, a dream catcher. They made dream catchers to get rid of their bad dreams. Actually, it goes the other way. At night, if you had a bad dream, it'd go through. It'd get stuck here in this dream catcher. Then the early morning light will burn the dream away. But the good dreams will stay and be remembered the next night. That's the theory and the history of the dream catcher. I have about 5 or 6 dream catchers of my own that I collect. I'm a big fan of dream catchers, so if you want a dream catcher, subscribe. The Native Americans were really good at catching food such as corn, meats, as fruits, more as vegetables, and different mammals and animals. The one fruit they made was the one vegetable they made was corn. Corn was a huge part of their civilization. Without corn, they would all die. They all needed their corn. They couldn't live without their corn. I can't live without corn. Corn is very good. Love my corn. Meat. They catch deer, snakes, crocodiles, alligators. They'd collect bison. They'd kill bison. They'd go after anything they see. And they'd kill it, and they'd salvage it. Use its skin for leathers, make the leathers. They'd use the meat for eating and for warmth. Now, Native Americans, they were very crafty people. They've made art, they made dream catchers, they made teepees. One thing is their most famous thing, pottery. They made pottery like this one. It's nice, it looks good, it's got a great pattern on it, and it's got earth tone colors to it. They'd use small pots like these for sauces to put inside, or they'd put a soup inside these bowls. And that's what they would also do. Another thing that I'm most treasured of when I went out to the Wild West and stuff was this piece of pottery. It's a vase. It's this leather vase. But the art on it is something else. It's a tomahawk. Native Americans were very good at making tomahawks. They needed weapons to hunt, fish, and live and survive. The tomahawk was something else. They'd scalp their neighbors and then have a smoke. So the tomahawk was not just a weapon, it was also a pipe. They'd scalp and then they'd smoke. This right here is just an axe-style tomahawk. They use it for just butchering up meat and stuff. They'd find rocks and they'd make those, triangle heads, those arrowheads. They'd make those out of flint. Flint to them was a big part. Without flint, they would never start a fire. Two sticks rubbed together ain't gonna accomplish much, but two rocks clashing together accomplishes great stuff. Sorry about that. Military's coming home. Military's coming home. I love the Native Americans. How they live. How they survive. It's unbelievable. And they're beautiful people. Their music is wonderful. Talking about music, their one thing was the recorder. They made great instruments. They made great instruments. The Native Americans made great instruments to play songs for rituals and dance around the campfire. They'd make themselves costumes. They'd even make themselves costumes. They were a beautiful people. I try to correspond with them and talk with them. I'm their fellow friend. This fire is nice and toasty. I'm gonna get back to work. You have fun.